Am I living or dead right now? Oh, flipping hell.
Hello folks, I just decided to turn on the camera. I'm out and about with my new dog, which is a Saoirse here, which is a 7-month-old border collie, and she's been great so far. Phoebe's doing great. Phoebe is in my friend's house. My friend is looking after her, and both of them tolerate each other, let's just say. Isn't that right? Yes. Phoebe doesn't like you running around. Alright. Been doing some training with her and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like I have a bit of company when she's with me, sort of thing. Alright. Don't be licking my face, right? Are you gonna go get down now and play on the grass with your ball? Are you? Are you? You wanna go down? Play on the grass with your dog, with your ball? Oh, let's go. There you go. Whoops. There we go. She won't want... Yeah. She wants to get back up now. People may have noticed a bit of an absence in paranormal content and stuff. And, you know, sort of the end of podcasting the way it was, kind of thing. And, you know, I recently put out a video that was kind of calling out somebody, and I'm not going to mention the person's name. Do you know, I promised myself I I'd concentrate on myself and, you know, not worry too much about what other people are doing, you know. Yeah, I've called out huff and stuff, you know, for the good of the ITC and all that kind of stuff, and sort of educate people. Because a lot of people think that the false reality that's on YouTube and Facebook and stuff, they think that's the real paranormal. You know, they think that, you know, people like Zach Bagans go to these buildings and within a couple of hours, a lot has happened. Well, a lot has happened because, you know, it's a TV program. Who wants to watch, on the entertainment side of things, who wants to watch a video with nothing happening, kind of thing? Do you know, since 2017, I wanted to know a bit more about the paranormal. Yeah, I went into it thinking that some of this stuff was real and stuff, and turned out and I figured out exactly what was sort of going on, you know. Things happening means views and stuff, but I wanted to show the true sense of what the paranormal is. And it has been a very interesting journey. You know, it's opened my eyes to some of the reality about the paranormal, because, yeah, you can watch paranormal on TV and some of it's true, some of it's not. But when you're there, it's a whole different experience. The camera can only show so much, you know. You got stuff like effects on the human body, all sorts of things, you know, that you can only talk about. You can't really, the camera doesn't pick that kind of stuff up, you know. But we've got this platform called YouTube where people can go investigating and they can put their content on YouTube. And the more they've figured out how YouTube works, the more a lot of people took advantage of how to get your videos out on YouTube. And, you know, we've come across this stumbling block a lot. If you're going to put out the pure truth out there, it's extremely difficult. You know, it's extremely difficult to get your videos out there. And, you know, like I says before, if you want to be a paranormal investigator or ghost hunting, you kind of have to put that first. You know, don't go paranormal investigating and put the YouTube first. Because, to be honest with you, sometimes I've done that. And YouTube has been a disappointment. Because if you put your happiness of what you want to do into YouTube, it can be a mistake, do you know? If you're into the paranormal, if you're into the ghost hunting, that's great, you know, that makes you happy. But if it's YouTube that makes you happy, it can lead to problems, you know. And I always say, put the paranormal first, put YouTube first, and that. It's a very hard thing to do. Because, yeah, there's people out there that will keep all their ghost hunts and their investigations to themselves. And some like to share. And some like to educate, some like to share. But the disappointment comes when you don't produce it like mainstream TV. You know, like Most Haunted and Ghost Adventures, all that kind of thing. Ghost Adventures and Most Haunted and that, they have put this sense of paranormal reality out there that is so popular that if you don't follow that, people think that you're doing it wrong, you know? You know, on this channel, I just want to do my own thing, and that's what I have been doing. Now, being in the paranormal space on YouTube has been a blessing and a curse. And I'll go into the curse first, because I like to be positive at the end. The YouTube space with the paranormal, it is littered with people that want to be famous. They want to be famous for the paranormal. They want to be famous for ITC. They want to leave behind a sense that they were some sort of superstar in the paranormal field or the ITC field. And their focus isn't fully on the paranormal at that point. It ends up, it's more about them than the paranormal. And then you have those that kind of mix the paranormal, and they think they're so important that they add the personal in there as well, which ends up being a mistake, because we all have stuff in our personal life that it's private. I recently done a reaction to a video. Person doesn't like me very much. He's got bigger enemies than me, but sometimes he just says too much. And yeah, I can, in some ways I have a bit of sympathy for that person because of their upbringing and stuff like that. Some people make videos on them because they're addicted to drama. Some people make videos because they want to make people aware of this person's behaviour and stuff. I wanted to do the latter. But I have a bit of a guilty conscience about that, because really, yeah, the person's behaviour affects other people and all the rest of it, but if you start delving into a lot of this stuff, you end up getting down, you know. You end up overthinking things. It might have some sort of effect on the way you look at society, the way you look at other people. You know, and you know, some people, they're their own worst enemy, and they bring things on themselves. I've got enough things in my life to worry about for myself. I don't really want to be looking at other people's train crash of a life. You know, I want to be positive and stuff. I think every so often I kind of slip up. Sorry, there's a truck full of logs. What was I saying? It's very easy, especially on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, to follow a dramatic situation and get too engrossed in it. And yeah, I've looked at a lot of videos on this guy. Do you know something? What I've entertained myself has not made me feel very good at all, you know? I don't know. How can I explain it? It's not good for my soul or whatever, I don't know. And a lot of people, they come to my channel because I'm largely a positive person. And every time I call somebody out, I end up having to apologise to my viewers. for bringing negativity into the channel, and I don't mean to do that, but you know, sometimes I get dragged into it the odd time myself, and in this situation I have been. Part of me, you know, saying, yeah, I'm making people aware of some of the things that this person is saying and this person's attitude and stuff. But the other part of me is, you know, this isn't what my channel is supposed to be about, you know. So that's my long version of saying I'm sorry for bringing negativity to the channel, you know. I think the last while where I was focusing on this train crash on YouTube was happening, I got to look into my own sort of, my own life and where I used to be happy and now I'm not, you know. Some time ago, I think it was one of my last sort of full-on sort of investigation. It was in Dunry Fort. I went down through a floor, badly damaged my leg. I'm only getting sort of better now, where the pain is less shit, if you know what I mean. And having, you know, Saoirse and Phoebe and that, we've been going out for walks, we've been going to the beach, we've been going to the lake. We're going to forest walks where I, you know, let the dog have a good run. You're going to come up here. You're going to come up and do you want to be in the video? Come up. Come up. Oh. You know, and life is good, but I spent a lot of time on my own. Do you know, these other situations made me look into my own life and see what has been making me a little bit unhappy with my life. You know, there was a time there where I was obsessed with YouTube. Obsessed. I have to admit, it happens to us all. You get up every morning, you look at your analytics to see how many people's been looking at your videos. And I says, I'll never fall into the trap of being a slave to social media or platforms and that. And I did. You know, and the last while, I haven't been doing that because there's other things important, if you know what I mean. Here. Oh God. See this one here? Doesn't give a shit. Get food, get love, have toys to play with, and they're happy. Maybe you're gonna look at the you're on the video. Come here, look. I think even getting this dog made me look at my life and say, you know, what makes me happy? What has been making me down? And making those changes. And a lot of the, you know, in order to fix some things, I have to make some changes, and they're scary and stuff. And They won't happen themselves. They won't happen themselves. So in some way I have to do it at some point to make my life better. But what's going to happen with the channel? Well, when I feel like filming, I will go out filming, and of course Saoirse's probably going to be most of them. And when I don't want to film, I won't. And I haven't been the last while because I've been focusing on other things in my life, you know. So yeah, there is things I'm not happy with my life. You come to an age where you say, am I happy? And if I'm not, what do I need to do to change that? And I'm at that point now, you know. Do I like the environment I live in? No, I don't. You know, don't talk to my neighbours, don't know my neighbours. You know, there's a reason for that, you know. You know, do I like the city? No, I don't. Do I like the countryside or the outskirts? Yes, I do. So what do I have to do? I have to, in order to make my life better, I have to go there. I have to live there. It's probably not going to be easy, but I'm going to have to do that at some point, you know. But in the meantime, we'll try and get out, and we'll try to go to interesting places. And if we see ghosts, we see ghosts, and we don't, we don't. Let's face it, I don't think I've seen a video where I've actually seen ghosts. We've seen and experienced unusual activity, but we haven't seen full apparitions of ghosts. But you know, that wasn't the full reason for going out and doing these things. You know, part of it is to get out and explore and stuff like that. And the other part is the paranormal. You know, sometimes strange things happen, strange anomalies happen. You know, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get a full-on ghost. If you do see a full-on ghost on a YouTube video, it's most likely fake, isn't it? It is, yes. Do you know? But do you know, sometimes we fill our we fill our lives with stuff that makes us anxious, makes us worried. And we have to sometimes ask ourselves, is it necessary, you know? Are we complicating our lives? After all, Saoirse doesn't give 2 monkeys, don't you not? Yes, as long as you have your food and your stuff, you're fine, aren't you? You know? She's not long after being separated from her mum. She's been with her mum and her siblings for 6 months. She's nearly 7 months now, so I have her about 3 weeks. 3 weeks to just less than a month. So, but if I do go down the negativity route, feel free to tell me off. Do you know? You know, yeah, people say I done a good thing and all the rest of it. Some people say, you know, focus on yourself. I'd rather focus on myself, to be honest with you. You know, I'd rather focus on myself. You know, I do have a video coming up where I got a new spurt box and somebody sent it to me, and I won't say much more now, But it restored my faith in the paranormal equipment company community, because the paranormal equipment company community, that in itself has been good and bad. I've had good products, and I have been ripped off. When you get ripped off, it kind of sticks with you, you know. You have to let it go, but it's very, very difficult, especially when that equipment company goes and buys a big fancy hotel and then ignores their customers that are wanting their money back or wanting their spirit box that they ordered and stuff like that, and they're just ignoring your emails and stuff, and then filming their fancy hotel. It's not very good, you know. But you know, karma will possibly happen at some point for people that do things like that, you know. She's just been out for a run. There's a forest walkway just behind me here, and she's been very good on the lead, actually. You haven't gone very far at all, haven't you? You're going to give me your paw. Give me your paw. Paw paws. Paw paws. Give me your paw paws. Paw paws. You're going to go down the grass now and play with your ball, are you? That's what a lot of people say, you know. Humans can be very complicated. That's why they turn to pets like dogs and cats and stuff, because you get less bullshit, you know. But I just wanted to say what I had to say there today, so I'm going to leave it at that before I ramble on. But I hope to talk to you very soon. Bye bye.